Welcome to Hit Show, your go-to source for today's leading healthcare business headlines. I'm your host, Ida Klein. It's Thursday, August 14th, and we're tapping into our network of reporters for today's most important healthcare business stories. Here's what's ahead.
Nonprofit hospital giant Providence shows signs of financial recovery, but cracks remain.
Ascension Wisconsin plans ICU outsourcing. Nurses are raising red flags.
Sutter Health named West Coast Hub for AI Docs Imaging AI.
Humana and DrFirst launch a chronic care collaboration embedded in clinician workflows.
Altera Digital debuts Ambient Note Plus solution inside the TouchWorks EHR.
Vital's patient experience app hits 5 million users and is rapidly scaling.
We'll end with a remarkable medical first, a bioelectronic implant for rheumatoid arthritis. We'll start with Teresa Vaughn, who's reviewing Providence's latest earnings and how it stacks up against broader trends in nonprofit hospital margins. Teresa.
Providence Health narrowed its second quarter operating loss significantly to 0.3%, trimming the red from $123 million to just $21 million, a $102 million improvement courtesy of cost cuts, volume gains, and operational efficiency. Across the sector, Fitch Ratings reports nonprofit hospitals saw a median operating margin rebound from 0.5% in 2023 to plus 1.1% in 2024, with about 64% of systems returning to profitability. Liquidity also improved, with cash on hand rising to over 215 days, giving better financial runway. But Fitch warns the recovery isn't guaranteed to last. Policy risks like looming Medicaid cuts and inflation could reverse the gains if left unaddressed. So Providence's performance mirrors sector-wide improvement, but systems remain highly exposed. Providence is trending toward break-even, while many peers are moving toward modest profitability. The key question now, will healthcare leaders lock in those gains or get blindsided by policy and market shocks?
Thanks, Teresa. While Providence is showing signs of financial recovery, not every system is riding the same wave. Some are making tough operational decisions that could reshape care delivery. Logan Stokes joins us with one such example from Ascension, Wisconsin.
Ascension Wisconsin is moving to outsource its intensive care unit physician staffing to a private equity-backed firm, a decision that's drawing sharp criticism from nurses and community members. The health system says the move is intended to address staffing shortages and reduce costs, but frontline staff warn it could erode care quality and weaken the trust between clinicians and patients. Under the plan, ICU physicians will be employed by an outside contractor rather than directly by Ascension. Nurses say this could disrupt established care teams, create uncertainty about staffing continuity, and potentially delay critical decision-making in high-acuity cases. Some point to recent examples in other states where similar outsourcing arrangements led to increased turnover and higher reliance on temporary staff. Management maintains that the change will help stabilize coverage and improve operational efficiency. Still, the shift comes at a time when many health systems are under pressure to balance finances with workforce retention, a balance that's proving increasingly difficult to maintain. For health system leaders watching from the sidelines, this is another reminder that the choices made in addressing staffing gaps can ripple far beyond the balance sheet.
Logan, this feels like a case study in short-term solutions that could have long-term consequences.
Exactly, Ida. If the outsourced model works smoothly, it could be seen as a viable tool for ICU coverage in tight labor markets. But if it leads to turnover, morale issues, or patient care disruptions, it could serve as a cautionary tale instead.
And while Ascension's move may be watched closely across the country, it's far from the only major shift happening in healthcare operations this week. After the break, we'll look at how one West Coast health system is positioning itself as a hub for cutting-edge AI partnerships and what that means for patient care. Stay tuned.
HITshow is made possible by Altera Digital Health's Sunrise EHR, the flexible solution that provides tools and technology clinicians need to deliver better care, their way. The journey toward the summit of healthcare has begun, and through partnerships built on trust, Sunrise is helping healthcare organizations bring next-level care within reach.
Welcome back. You're listening to HIT Show. In California, Sutter Health is making headlines by teaming up with AI leader AARDS to expand artificial intelligence use across its hospitals. Reporter Nate Collier has the details on how this partnership could reshape diagnostics and care delivery on the West Coast.
Sutter Health is now AARDS' West Coast AI hub, deploying real-time diagnostic tools across its hospitals and ambulatory sites. AARDS tech flags possible strokes and embolisms instantly, helping radiologists close critical detection gaps and prioritize urgent cases. Sutter CEO Warner Thomas highlights how this scales expertise across remote and rural locations.
Nate, that's the kind of clinical decision-making transformation we're looking for.
Right. They're not just teaching AI, they're embedding it where care happens.
From AI partnerships to proactive care, our next story looks at how Humana is teaming up with DrFirst to close gaps in chronic care. Xavier Banks has the details.
Humana has announced a new collaboration with DrFirst aimed at closing chronic care gaps by giving clinicians better tools to address medication adherence and follow-up. According to DrFirst, the partnership will leverage its smart renewal technology to flag when patients may need prescription renewals and provide timely alerts directly to care teams. The company says this proactive approach can prevent lapses in treatment and help keep patients with chronic conditions on track, improving outcomes while reducing avoidable costs.
Xavier, that's a powerful use of technology, especially for patients juggling multiple prescriptions. Do we know if this will roll out nationwide right away?
Not immediately. They'll begin with select markets to refine workflows, but Humana says the goal is to expand across its network in the near future.
Thanks, Xavier. Okay, on to something that's built right into the EHR and out today. Ambient documentation continues to evolve. And now, Altera Digital Health is adding a new layer to its TouchWorks platform. Peter Betterworth brings us the update.
Altera has launched TouchWorks Note Plus, an ambient documentation tool designed to help physicians capture clinical notes seamlessly during patient encounters. The system uses real-time speech recognition and natural language processing to generate accurate documentation that integrates directly into the EHR. Altera says Note Plus not only saves time, but also improves clinical accuracy by reducing the need for post-visit edits. Early pilot sites report that physicians are reclaiming up to 20% of their daily schedules, time that can now be redirected toward patient care. Altera also points out that the technology was built with security and compliance in mind, addressing common adoption concerns.
Peter, that sounds like a real workflow boost. Are providers actually using the saved time to see more patients, or is it more about easing their workload?
A bit of both, Ida. Some practices are using the time to increase patient volumes, but many are choosing to slow the pace slightly, giving clinicians a breather and, in turn, improving patient interactions.
That balance between efficiency and quality of care is one we'll be hearing a lot more about as these tools roll out. Our next story spotlights a company we've featured here on the HIT Show before, Vital. This platform has now served over 5 million patients, and they're not slowing down. Here's Jade Romero with more.
Vital, the AI-powered patient experience platform founded by Mint.com creator Aaron Patzer, has now been used by more than 5 million patients across the United States. The company reports it's on track to triple that reach by 2026. Vital integrates with hospital EHR systems to give patients a real-time app-like interface for everything from viewing lab results to navigating the hospital stay, with no downloads required. It's designed to improve communication, reduce confusion, and free up clinical staff time. The company says its growth is being driven by both new hospital partnerships and expanded use within existing health systems, reflecting the increasing demand for digital tools that enhance patient engagement.
5 million patients. That's a big milestone. And Jade, what's striking is how quickly this technology seems to get adopted once hospitals bring it on board.
That's right, Ida. Hospital leaders tell us adoption is almost instant because Vital feels familiar. It mirrors the seamless, intuitive experiences people already have in retail, travel, and banking. That kind of consumer-first design thinking, brought into healthcare, has been a key driver in keeping patients engaged long after they leave the hospital.
And for today's Bright Spot, we turn to Anika Shah for a look at a groundbreaking new approach to treating rheumatoid arthritis.
AARDS research in Ventura, Florida is celebrating a major milestone in the fight against rheumatoid arthritis. The FDA has just approved the SetPoint system, a small device surgically implanted into the neck that stimulates the vagus nerve for 1 minute each day. The goal? To calm inflammation and ease the debilitating symptoms that affect more than 1.5 million Americans. AARDS Medical Director Dr. Norman B. Gales was the first physician in the U.S. to treat patients with the device outside of a trial. He says years of research have shown sustained success, especially for patients who didn't respond well to medications. And unlike many drugs for RA that suppress the immune system, this device appears to reset it, without reported adverse effects.
Many other patients have been treated in a research fashion with this vagus nerve stimulation with similar results, to the extent that last week the FDA gave approval for this device to be used in effectively the real world.
That real-world approval could open the door to treatments for other autoimmune conditions, like lupus, Crohn's disease, and multiple sclerosis. Doctor, can you share what makes this approach such a game changer?
In the future, no different than when we look at penicillin being a breakthrough for antibiotics. This is a breakthrough for new treatment options for many different diseases that may change the way we manage patients, probably for many years to come.
Dr. Gales, thank you for sharing your insight, and congratulations on helping to bring a therapy to patients that could reshape how autoimmune diseases are treated for years to come.
A powerful reminder that innovation often comes from looking beyond the standard playbook, and that, for patients, breakthroughs like this can mean the difference between surviving and thriving. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us on HIT Show. If you liked these stories, please follow us on LinkedIn and check out our in-depth feature videos on HIT.show. HIT Show, your go-to source for healthcare business news, can be found all the places where podcasts are heard. Please join us again tomorrow for the latest headlines in healthcare. HIT Show is made possible by
Kimchi. Transform your team with an agentic AI workforce that creates, optimizes, and distributes marketing content while keeping the human touch. For an AI workforce powered by you, Kimchi.com.